is the hardcore icon, Just Incredible, and you're listening to the 3 Count Podcast. Now, that's not just the coolest, and that's not just the best, the 3 Count Podcast. Well, that, my friends, is just incredible.
Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man. Now know what y'all like. Hit him with a 3 count. On the top row crowd.
It's your boy, your nephew, your cousin. It's the Don Chaz Evans, and you're on checking out the 3 Count Podcast Debate Show. Let's go down my roster. Introducing first, he is the landlord of the Dog Pound. He is the Red Dogs. He's the man that runs the show because, quite frankly, I don't do anything. He is the Red Dog, Cliff Miller.
Oh, yeah, it is the Air Force veteran intel specialist, the one you call on when you need to get the job done, and your friendly neighborhood Red Dog, often imitated, never duplicated, kind of like this guy.
Hi, I'm the Red Dog.
Never fails. Introducing next, he is the supervillain. He is the Dark Lord himself. He was the man that was there for the very first wrestling match between Zeus and Hades. He's just evil. Damien Fatale. Do-do-doom. We gotta get like a little do-do-doom for you.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah, like a dun-dun-dun. And like thunder.
A little bit of lightning.
Yes.
Fire coming up.
It's when he would be watching the show. When he should be on the show.
Yeah.
I called him up live on the air. But anyway, yes.
Man.
Go ahead, Damien. Did you do your shtick? I'm sorry.
I want my money.
There you go. Boom. And last but certainly not the least this week, he is my little brother, and that's legitimately the only reason he's on this podcast. He didn't even know who Joey Janela was. He still doesn't know what GCW is. Like, yeah, he don't watch wrestling, bro. He's a sports guy. He watches football. JJ, ladies and gentlemen. Slow clap.
Is this on? Hello? Anyone there?
Chill out there, Hunter.
Hey, everyone. JJ, big fan. Big fan of podcasts. Just happy to be here.
Just happy. All right. Anyway, with that being said, what's going on, guys? Like, I feel like, we haven't had a show in like 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks? No, since Super Bowl, right?
It's been a week. No, we had the Super Bowl.
And then we were out again because No, we did the Super Bowl
we did the Super Bowl. Remember, because we had 2 guests.
You're right. We had.
Thank you. But yeah. So it was. We didn't do last week. We want to give a big shout outs to. Yeah, let's do that, man. Really quick. Let's give a big shout out to Fight Pro for having us there, because it was awesome of them to have us out. It was definitely a lot of fun to check out their show. Got a lot of cool content coming out for you guys. So, be on the lookout for that.
Well, yeah, yours truly was also on the show. I took an L. Probably on the biggest stage so far in my career. I took an L. But it's all good. But yeah, definitely shout out to Fight Club Pro Wrestling. They are definitely doing the thing. It looks like someone is entering. Yep. Look at him. Look at him. In my head.
Yep. just all piss and vinegar, having to pop in while he's out there shopping.
Are you in the grocery store?
First off, I'm out here in fucking Walmart. Dude, you guys are making me do a fucking podcast in Walmart while I'm trying to shop to get shit for my son who has 102 temperature. Because
nobody had tell you had to be there.
Right.
I just heard Chaz crying about it.
I was not crying. I was just
Dude,
saying.
you're such a crybaby, Chaz.
What?
You're such a
I will kick you off this show.
on here.
You don't gotta worry about it.
That's why your connection's bad. That's why your connection's
why
bad.
don't
You
you
sound like you got dial-up internet, bro.
Yeah, why don't you just go home and then you can be on later?
Yeah.
No,
like,
absolutely
get out
not.
of here, bro.
I'm on the show,
Get out-
and I'm here just to please
Kick him out.
Chaz.
Kick him out. Get him out of here. Where's security?
You're
Are you staying?
Yeah, I'm staying.
Oh my god.
Well, anyway, welcome, Anthony.
Yeah. First off, fuck you, Chaz. Nobody cares. Cliff, start talking so we can actually hear somebody relevant talking.
Oh goddamn! I was like, we just giving a lot of praise over for
Right,
Chaz because Chaz had
wrestling like they are doing big things in the capital region. Like, bro, jeez.
Yeah. Big
You're
ups,
the one
man.
that came on here with all the hostility.
I know he's all upset and shit, but
I gotta make the boss proud of me.
Just change the whole vibe of the show. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Let's get back on to board.
Let's just mute him because he's gonna keep talking. We want to throw big shout outs and big love to Fight Pro Wrestling because they did. They invited us out. We wanted to show a lot of love. And then also, if you guys want to catch up with us this weekend, I will be there. We at EWA in Bel Air, Maryland. So you guys can catch up with us, have fun, have a conversation. It'll be cool. So we have a lot of stuff that's coming up on the schedule. Plus, we have a lot of big things popping off for the 3 Count Podcast. Not only are we recently just featured in the Lewistown paper out in PA, so we want a big shout outs to that. So we just want to show a lot of love to all the people who are giving us love back. That's my stick.
All right, anyway, so let's get through some announcements. Buy a shirt, Pro Wrestling Tees /3 Count Pod. Don't you dare type in the number 3. You see all our socials, follow us, okay? Yeah. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's get right down to business. Let's get to it. Match of the week. Damien didn't get to do his shtick. Lou's out here. Changing the whole vibe. Match of the week. Cliff, go down. Go. Let's go. Match of the week. What was your match of the week?
Hey, so I want to wrap up. So we have 2 of them, right? So one from last week because we didn't talk about last week's show. So let's give that up to let's see, this has been this week. Yeah, last week. So let's give it up to Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez on Dynamite because that was a massive, massive match. Big loves to that one. And then this week, man, let's go with Orange Cassidy and Anthony Bowen. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Anyway, Damien, what you got? Match of the week.
Ooh. Got to take a hard pass on this one, homie.
Huh?
You know why.
All right. JJ, match of the week.
I'm gonna give you my pure honesty. I have been out of the loop for about a week or 2. I haven't watched anything.
I told you. See, told you. That's why he doesn't watch wrestling, guys.
No,
he doesn't watch wrestling.
I do, but
he don't watch wrestling.
I watch highlights. Okay,
he's a fan.
But I haven't been in the loop for 2 weeks straight.
You ain't been on Twitter?
It hasn't popped up on my feed.
Oh, that's right, because you're an NFL Twitter, because you're a sports head, not a wrestling head.
Sasha Banks pops up on my Twitter occasionally.
Yeah, because you're a perv.
Yeah, right. I'm not those people that go on and message. Oh my God, Sasha, I love you. You know what I mean? Send all those emojis. I don't do that.
You're 100% that dude. I wish you'd really stop lying to everybody.
Right. We all know. Listen, you choose Sasha every single time, knowing that she's going to lose.
No, I don't.
Yeah, yes, you do.
I have receipts that show that
I
the
probably
time I do have.
I
Receipts.
probably have receipts too. I'm not even going. Let me stop playing with you.
Exactly.
Let me stop.
Now hop off.
So you don't have no match of the week? Nothing?
No.
All right, fine then. My match of the week, since you all failed to do your homework. Shout out, except for Cliff, because Cliff's the overachiever. Okay, he's the A+ student. But my match of the week comes from Fight Club Pro Wrestling, the main event. Definitely Big Swole and Trish Adora went head-to-head for the Pan-African War Diaspora Championship. And my goodness, for those who said that Big Swole can't work, you're an idiot. Enough said. Leave it at that. Because they tore it down. Like, I was going to be there regardless if I was booked or not, because I wanted to see that match, and I was not disappointed. So, big ups to the Pan-African World Diaspora Champion, Trish Adora, the best wrestler on the planet. And shout out to Big Swole.
Yo, can we throw another match up there? In case people didn't get to see it. If you guys didn't get to see Willow Nightingale versus Mr. Graham,
yes.
I suggest somebody go watch that match.
Yes, absolutely. You know what?
Let me take that back. Watch the card.
Yeah.
Because we can put over every single match. But
you actually can.
Watch the card.
Yeah, just when it drops on IWTV, I implore everyone, if you're like really big into wrestling and just real like entertaining wrestling, you just need to go get IWTV and watch and grab it all week. Trust when it drops on IWTV, which is probably soon. Definitely check them out on Twitter and everything like that. Like, follow them because they're awesome. And I'm not just saying that because I'm booked. Like, they're legit. Like,
or the fact that Chris Kazama's one of our friends.
That doesn't, yeah. And yeah. There's just or Jamela.
Like, or the fact that
or like half the booking team.
Yeah. We're not biased at all.
They're not at all. Not at all.
Anyway, all right, let's get right down to it, y'all. Let's get right down to our first debate topic. GCW happened this past weekend. We saw the return of Sean Waltman, X-Pac. He's back in the ring. He faced off a tag match with Joey Janela against Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. If you haven't heard already, shout out to Sean Waltman and Joey Janela. They got the dub. Good to see, X-Pac. I don't know what I'm going to call him. Is he Sean Waltman? I didn't watch GCW.
Yeah.
But is he Sean Waltman or is he's Sean Waltman, right? Okay. He's not 1, 2, 3 kid. Okay.
No.
Sometimes you gotta ask. Not 1, 2, 3 kid. And what was his other name?
I think didn't go by just the kid, right?
It was the kid.
It's 6-Pac.
6-Pac. That's the one. That's what I can remember. There. He's like P. Diddy. He's the P. Diddy of wrestling with all the different names. Sorry, Machiavelli. Sean Waltman got you beat. But yeah, so what's the news is not necessarily Sean Waltman's return into the ring. What's news is what happened after the match. So after the match, Joey Janela, spoiler alert, super kicked Sean Waltman, and as GCW fans do when they don't like something, they get pissed and they show no remorse. Trash was thrown in the ring. There was metal buckets thrown. Even I think beer was thrown in the ring. So Joey Janela ends up going into the crowd, beating up the dude that threw beer at him. So the topic is, was Joey Janela right in his actions? We'll start with you, Cliff. Then we'll go Damien, then JJ, then me.
Well, I mean, Joey Artest needs to chill out. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's crazy to me to think that that's where we are now, is that, like, to develop more heat. Like, yo, you already had all the heat going in there. It was nuclear because you just, like, X-Pac is back, right? And you laid him out. And the fans were booing you. They're already throwing stuff in. So what did you want to do? You wanted to take it one step further and just beat up a random fan in the stand. Hopefully that was a plant. I don't know. But, looking at the video-wise, I don't think it was. and maybe that might be a mark on me for being such a mark. But yeah, no, man. Like at this point, if that was just like a regular person paid his money to get there, I would, 100% false. Like I don't like it. So yeah, I'm gonna say Joey was kind of wrong for that.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Nah, man, I would have fucked them up. That's what I'm saying. Somebody threw beer on me, they would have got dropped. Y'all know how I am. So, uh, yeah, me personally, yeah, no, I would have dropped him. I would have dropped him where he stood. Like, he would have got duffed. Like, straight up. You're not going to throw beer on me after I wrestled and entertained you. Like, you can call me, like, anything you want. But if you going to spit or throw something on me or put your hands on me, yeah, like, I'm dropping you. Fan or not. I don't care if it's somebody's grandma or, like, somebody's, like, 5-year-old kid. Like, they getting duffed. Control your grandmother, control your kids. That's all I gotta say. They won't get fucked up. Let's just keep it 100.
Not the grandma.
I'm just being honest. Look, y'all know what's gonna happen if somebody did that. To me personally, I'm going to jail that night.
Definitely a different song in play. It's like Granny got ran over by Damien.
So yeah, not like I you know what? I mean, it could have been a plant too. So like, I don't know. It's garbage wrestling, so it probably was necessary.
You know what? So here's the thing, Josh. I'm gonna segue into that one. You're going last this time. Listen, that's what I was saying. Like, it's garbage. So like, the fans who like were there garbage. He probably deserved to get beat up. Like, let's be real. Probably deserved.
His girlfriend's probably underage.
Like, legit. Like, let's be real. ECW fans.
And it's probably his cousin.
They are the worst.
Like I said,
worst.
His girlfriend is probably underage, and it's his little cousin.
Oh, not the little cousin. See, so it's like this. Like, GCW, they are like that ECW style. Oh, at least that vibe they give off. As far as that's how rowdy their fans get. We've seen them throw trash and stuff before. When Matt Cardona won the belt, they like filled the ring up with trash. I think when you go into GCW and being of a main star of that show that you should already know what to expect coming in, especially being a heel.
Sure.
Like, the funny thing is this: I'm on the fence. Like, I don't think he should have did it, but at the same time, I think fans got to know their place, you know. But it's a wishy-washy subject because GCW fans they're known for that. He should have known he was going to get thrown beer at. Yes, like, I know metal buckets were thrown too, and I think that's a little much as far as coming from the fans. Like, throw trash and all that stuff, but like, don't try to throw anything that's legitimately going to hurt somebody. And like, beer is beer. You're already sweaty anyway. You're gonna take a shower or whatever. It's not like
no, that's fucking disgusting.
But
no.
But from that GCW, the way they do, how they work though, how those fans are.
I get what you're saying, but no. Yeah, you're not gonna throw your beer that you were just drinking.
I wouldn't say that, but I just
no.
I just feel like you know what you're getting with GCW.
I will tell you this, right? I will be honest. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I know that's the crazy part is that we're putting out this perception that like, well, that's just their fans. We would not accept that from any other sport, any other promotion. just wouldn't happen. Imagine being at the NFL, right? We sat back and watched fans throw batteries and other drinks and stuff at players, and we're like, dude, we're disgusted with those fans. Oh, but we never once said, man, that's just Commander fans. It is what it is, right? We don't say that. We don't like, that's just Raider fans. That's what it is. We don't say that. That's just, no, man. Like, as far as the fans go, throw your water, throw whatever else, you soda, who cares at that point? But Jesus, man, like, be mindful of what you're doing. Like, it's so weird to me that like, we're in 2022 and fans still want to act like it's 1997. Like, nah, gotta exit that shit out.
I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
I don't blame him. I really don't. I mean, when you don't throw alcohol on people.
It's a beer.
Like I said,
Yes,
I don't
cares?
give a fuck if it.
Who
I don't
cares?
care. I don't care.
jumped in the crowd. Deion Sanders, when he's at Florida State, jumped in the crowd and beat the shit out of a fan for pouring a beer on him because he was anti-alcohol and anti-drugs. So I did say that Joey was kind of out of line, and I really think he was, because he should have known that was the kind of stuff that that kind of heat that he was gonna get. But also the fans should also be knowing that, hey man, like, we probably shouldn't be doing this, because we could throw shit at the ring. Fuck it, I don't care. Trash. We're drinking our beer. We're drinking water. Whatever. We'll throw all that stuff in. But at the same time, like, I think there was faults on both sides. Like, I'm not gonna sit back here and praise the audience for, oh, you guys got word, great. But I'm just saying, like, if you look at Deion Sanders, man, one beer cost him like 3 games. He got suspended from Florida State because he beat the shit out of a fan in the stands. Sorry, JJ.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like there are certain lines I think that as fans you shouldn't cross, and I think GCW, whatever the hell the name is, I think that they need to like tone it down, because it could have gotten way worse, and that's the thing. Like, what if he like beat the dude so bad that they died? You know what I mean? You never know. So I don't blame him, but when you're in a position where you have a job or something, you shouldn't try to. You have more to lose than that person. I don't think you should do that. But wow.
I mean, you know what? That's GCW fans.
But yeah, it's just no. I don't blame him, but I think he could have done a different route of handling it. And also, you know what you signed up for when you go to GCW, from what it seems.
And that's
but
why.
But it's like, but at the same time, it's like you're asking for it though.
That's your
but GCW fans, you're asking for it when you throw stuff at people though. You're asking for it. You're asking to get beat up.
You are.
I'm sorry.
You're asking to get beat up.
If you're gonna throw something, you're gonna get and you mess with the wrong person, you better get beat. You're gonna get whacked.
And first of all, no mafia members are associated that way. Okay.
Hey, you never know, man.
I mean, we may know somebody here who got someone so heated that the guy was ready to come through the barrier.
I mean, that's true.
But he should have known. He should have known to spec, okay? He was there 3 times. He's seen Chaz all 3 times. And you know what? That man wanted to fight Chaz, right? Like, think about the argument that we're making, though. Think about the argument we're making. He should have known. It's Chaz. He should have known. Come on, man.
He should have known.
Like, he should have known. Next time, okay.
In 2 weeks when I'm back there, and he's probably gonna be there again, I'm gonna make sure I'd let him know again that he ain't gonna do shit.
He's gonna move the barrier himself.
I'll probably.
Yeah,
do
but
it.
what if he? My
I
thing
hope
is,
he's watching this show, so that way.
and what if he
like,
spit in your face? But let's just say, but what if he spit in your face if you did that? You would be
Oh, see,
ready
I
to
didn't have
kill him.
nothing. That's it. There's no match.
That's tough.
All right,
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
so it happens to the
But
best of us.
I'm not. But spitting on someone is a whole different story. That's
It's
disrespect.
the same thing. It's the same thing.
Man, that guy
At that
had a
point,
right
if you
to
throwing a
know.
beer in my face, you
About
might
that
as well
beer.
call me. Look, at that point, you might as well call me the N word. Just saying.
I'm waiting.
You throwing a
There you
beer
go.
on me, you might as well call. You might as well
We don't
drop
like
it.
this
You might as well.
I'm waiting. Anyway, let's move on. Temp check. Let's go to temp check because we can debate this one back and forth. Because I'm like, there's levels. I think there's levels.
Oh, there's no levels to me.
And that's exactly. So temp check. All right. For those who don't know what temp check is, we give you our hottest and or our coldest wrestler going into this week. Let's start things off with you, Damien. Temp check.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to Mr. Free Agent himself, Cody.
Is it hottest?
Hot and coldest. Getting both.
Okay.
I'll explain why.
When we get to that, okay. Because we will be talking about Cody.
Yeah. When we get to that, I'll explain why.
I feel like I should start telling the topics before we actually get started. I might add that to the rundown next week.
That would be nice.
Okay. All right, JJ.
I would say hottest wrestler because I saw his promo. My tribal chief. Your tribal chief.
Okay.
Good pick.
Everyone's tribal chief. Roman Nathaniel Reigns. I just made that middle name up.
Nathaniel. That's it. Couldn't give him something a little better than that.
I was gonna go Eugene because everyone says Eugene.
I my best friend's middle name is Eugene.
Oh, and
his middle name's Michael.
No. Oh well, yes. Wait, your middle name's Michael?
Yeah.
That's a really
fact. Now we put my whole name out there.
Wow.
I'm getting hacked tonight.
Probably.
Wow. Anyway, okay. You got colder rest of the week?
No.
All righty. Cliff.
They don't matter.
They don't matter. Cliff.
Don't matter. Hey, let's go with last week's wrestler that I would have called out for. We'll just do the hottest wrestler for last week. I can't remember really who my coldest one would be. Hottest wrestler of the week last week was Jay White. Everywhere that man showed up, he won. He beat Trent Beretta. He fucking beat Eric Young. He helped knock out God from the Bullet Club. Like everywhere that man was, he was winning all weekend. So yeah, I got to give it to Jay White last week. This week's hottest wrestler of the week. Everybody's gonna say Roman Reigns. MJF, because that fucking promo, bro, was fire. Let's not fake the funk, bro. Like that promo. Yeah, that was good. And then I felt like MJF came off as a face and CM Punk came off as a heel. I was like, holy shit, dude. Like this was different. So gives the loves where the love needs to be. I think my coldest wrestler of the week, though, it's tough for me to say this, but it's gonna be Bobby Lashley. Like I know he got injured, right? But to be in a position that he got in, and that was it, like just not good, man. Just not good.
Yeah. I agree on that one. All right. My hottest wrestler, it was MJF till Friday night. Like it was definitely MJF. I'm not gonna discredit MJF. That promo was really good. I was I remember watching, and I was like, whoa. Like after the fact, and then especially with Punk coming out, like, is it true? Is this true? It was real dramatic. I was like even after that, I was like, this is dramatic as hell. but it was good. It was really good. I was just like, wow, okay. So definitely MJF, but I gotta give it up to my tribal chief, man. Like I saw it on Twitter as well. Like all of the Roman haters back in the day, y'all should have just gave that man time, because now like he is running it. He's running the joint. Like he is the big dog. He's the big dog now. Like he's the tribal chief, but he's legit the big dog of WWE. Like that promo was fire. Like him, like he walked out the ring. It's like, that's my sign. I was like, yes, it is, sir. Yes, it is. So, nah. Still don't care for Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns again at Mania for to both belts. But that promo was fire as hell. Like it was fire. Not going to front. So Roman Reigns gets my hottest wrestler of the week. My coldest wrestler of the week. Drum roll. Oh, my sound machine is with my son because that's his toy. Spears. Sean Spears is my coldest wrestler.
Thanks for keeping it alive. I appreciate it, pal.
I forgot about it. I was going to keep it alive myself.
I was going to too, but
I'll make listen. I will do Chris Idol. What's called? I'll do him proud.
You guys are gonna keep talking about that man until randomly when he appears on the show,
right?
That's factual. Not even gonna lie.
Because as soon as like Sean Spears shows up in the room, who's the coldest wrestler? Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is the coldest character for this week.
Yeah, no. You know what? Actually, you know what? No.
Who's the coldest wrestler this week? Glacier.
I'll still say
Glacier is the coldest wrestler of the week.
I will still say Sean Spears.
I think he has a good enough sense of humor that he would be okay with that.
Not even that. I don't care if he didn't have a sense of humor.
Yeah, but you're not going to see like JJ's not going to be like Mr. Royce.
Oh, yeah, now him, he definitely won't do that. I know he won't do that. He definitely won't do that.
I'd like to see that.
He will not.
There'll be no chance in hell.
Oh, anyway, all right. Let's go to our second debate topic. This will be probably JJ's favorite topic. This was brought up in the wrestling Twitterverse. We were talking about the MVPs of the Performance Center Thunderdome era. So when we were, when the world was shut down, WWE had their little Thunderdome, their own little thing, because they just got to be different. So talking about the MVPs. So someone brought up Sasha Banks and Bayley. So we're going to debate, did Sasha Banks and Bayley dominate the Performance Center / Thunderdome era? We're going to start with you, Damian. We'll leave Josh for the end. So Damian, Cliff, me, then Josh.
Okay. To be honest with you, they looked like they had the most fun and they were the most entertaining. Like it was like, I don't know, they felt at home. If that makes any sense. Like they were entertaining. They really were, if you think about it. So yeah. Like they made the best of I don't know, they turned shit into chicken salad. So I kind of leave it short on that. Yeah, I kind of think they were. They were at least entertaining to watch. I'm done.
That's you, Cliff.
Yeah, no, because I'm like, so I'm legitimately thinking back about who else really like made any kind of noise in the Thunderdome that really stands out, right? And I mean, you could go with like Randy Orton, maybe that dude that you could also pick that name out of the hat and be like, Randy had some cool like segments, had some cool matches like while they were doing the Thunderdome, and even doing like, you know, when they had like their first stage before they actually moved into the Thunderdome, like, you know, Randy putting in a lot of good work. But yeah, if I had to pick somebody, like, yeah, 100%, Sasha and Bailey legitimately were having the most fun, and they had the most like outbreak characters like that whole time. So yeah, I'm trying to think of somebody else during that era that I would have been like those guys or that person, and I can't think of anybody better than Sasha and Bailey.
All righty, cool. I'm glad you all say that because I have to disagree. I have to disagree. So
Why is that? Yeah.
I have to disagree in saying that there is nobody else besides Sasha and Bailey. So let me make sure I get that out.
Okay.
Sasha and Bailey, yes, were very, very, very dominant in the Thunderdome era. But I think there are other names that we have to talk about before we talk about Sasha and Bailey. I think we do, like Cliff, you mentioned it. We talk about Randy Orton. Randy was doing the best stuff of his career during the era. His stuff with when he won the title, his stuff with Drew was actually good. His stuff with Edge was like God tier. Like, let's not forget, like, Randy was actually doing like really good stuff, and we were all talking about it on this show, how Randy was doing the best stuff of his career. We weren't talking about Sasha. The only time we were really talking about Sasha and Bailey, let's be honest, was when they were the tag team champions, and they worked at like those couple weeks where they were like on Raw, NXT, and SmackDown consecutively for like those 3 weeks. And I think that's when they were facing wow. What was her name? What's her name? What is her name? Kairi Sane? Was it Kairi? No, it's not Kairi Sane.
Oh, when they had the Asuka?
Asuka, yes. Wrong Asian. That was racist.
That was racist.
But yeah, like that's the only time we were really ever talking
cancel
about
Chaz.
Bailey and Sasha.
Hashtag cancel Chaz.
Hashtag yes, cancel Chaz. Like to see you try. Anyway, that's the only time we were talking about Bailey and Sasha. But we were talking about Randy Orton throughout the pandemic. Also, another name you don't talk about is KO and Seth Rollins. Because
they did their thing doing that.
They were awesome.
I will give you Seth, but I cannot give you KO, and I'll tell you why. Seth's character has changed and became so much, I don't want to say cooler, because that wasn't the word I'm looking for, but just more pronounced, right? And he had that killer match at WrestleMania with Kevin Owens. But I think when you saw Seth like show up with Buddy Murphy and they were just dominating with the Mysterios, and then post that where like you saw the Messiah like show up, that I will agree. Yes, Seth was definitely holding it down.
And, of course, when Roman came back into the fold, I think, the start of the Tribal Chief, I think Roman was killing the Thunderdome. So not to discredit Sasha and Bailey, but there are other names that we gotta put up there that were killing the Thunderdome, besides them. Go ahead, JJ.
Real, I'm gonna put Bailey above Sasha. Like, if I wanted to really put it all together, I would have said Bailey, Randy, Sasha, and Seth in that order.
No, absolutely no.
Dude.
If we're doing those, it's Randy, Seth, then Bailey, then Sasha.
I think Bailey's character. Okay, cool. There's our true debate topic. I think Bailey's character had more of an impact in the women's division than what Seth Rollins did in the men's division. Because you said yourself, Randy was working God tier stuff. And I'm looking back at Bailey. Bailey was holding down the women's division herself. Sasha was there for bits and pieces because she did take off for a little bit to go do like movies and TV shows. Not her knock, just saying. But Bailey was locking everything down until what was it, like a week before they welcomed fans back and she tore her ACL? Like, just saying, Bailey was the reason why people were talking about SmackDown for a long time. So I cannot sit back and be like, nah, Seth over Bailey. I can't do it. I'm gonna give you Randy, Bailey, Seth, and then Sasha. I may give that one.
All right, go ahead, JJ.
What kind of crack are you guys on? What type of weed are you guys smoking?
I've been taking a lot of shrooms.
Oh my gosh, Daniel.
I'm on the
Why did you say that on the air?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Why did I say that on the air?
Oh my
Are you
god!
microdosing? Because I hear that's really good.
Yes, I've been microdosing actually all week. It's been very fun.
My heart.
Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead, say the point.
My heart. You guys are. I mean, yeah, Drew had a cool run, I guess, but like,
I think the Thunderdome. I think sidebar as far as Drew, I think the Thunderdome hurt Drew more than anything.
Yeah, I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. Yeah,
I think the Thunderdome hurt.
Yeah,
Drew
as champion, yes.
Yeah, I think just going in because they still had fans all the way up to that build of Mania, and when he won the title, I think he would be in a better position now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think it's not the knock on Drew saying that he wasn't good in the Thunderdome either. I just think that it hurt him. It hurt him.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that too.
Yeah. It was flat.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
Sasha and Bailey carried the Thunderdome era. I was watching it just to see them. Randy was good. It was amazing as well. Seth was cool as well, but I think that if we're gonna be honest, I think it's between Sasha, Bailey, and Randy. If we're gonna keep it a $150, I like Roman. He came towards the end, more like towards the end, and he took the torch and he just never gave it back. But yeah, Sasha, Bailey carried the women's division. They were the reason why they beat AEW in the ratings for that 1 week with that match with her and Io Shirai. That was fire. Everyone was talking about it.
Io Shirai, I can't think of her name for nothing. My goodness.
Like, yeah, they were carrying a crappy storyline that they basically involved Reginald. The whole story. Well, no, that was with Bianca. That was with Bianca. That was with Bianca. Yeah, but that was with Bianca. After so yeah, they were basically given shit and was trying to turn it into gold. So I think that I can't say that it's Bailey, but like I think that Bailey and Sasha were a package deal. You can't mention the other one without the other, in a sense, in my opinion. But yeah, I just think Sasha, Bailey, and Randy. I think Sasha and Bailey were just because we were waiting for this moment for literally years. What we got wasn't bad; it was okay, but it could have been much worse.
But I think Bianca was killing it though, as well, as far as the women's division, because that was the start. That was the rise. You saw the rise of Bianca Belair in the Thunderdome era, like all the way like right around December up to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, like, but before that, it was Sasha Bailey, bro.
And also,
but
also no, because the thing is this: the best because during the Thunderdome era is when the NXT women's division was carrying the women's division. It wasn't Sasha and Bailey. Sasha and Bailey had to go over to NXT. So if we're going to talk about who was holding the women's division down at the era, it's the NXT women's roster, because that's when NXT was popping. That was right before, that was during the war. If so, I would if we're going to do that, I would put Io Shirai. I would put all the girls who were down there in NXT over Sasha and Bailey as far as carrying the women's division, because you weren't getting anything besides them two. Okay, but the best stuff was on NXT. You can't say there wasn't. Like, I'm not saying that like Sasha and Bailey stuff, like I'm saying, was good, y'all. Like, I'm not saying like their stuff was trash. But the best thing that come out of that was Sasha, was the feud between Bianca and Sasha and Bailey, like once she won the title. And that was after the Thunderdome. They had fans by then.
Yeah, I disagree. But it's okay. I disagree.
Moving on to our last topic. So what's the comments in section looking like, Cliff, before we get into our last topic?
The last topic that we had was actually, it just said like, what about Drew? Otherwise, we had somebody on YouTube just like put in a bunch of stuff that I just had to delete and report. So we're just gonna go ahead and just say that.
Alrighty then. So segue into our last debate topic. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is the talk of the town, folks. We didn't get to talk about it last week, but we're going to talk about it here. Where's Cody going? Like, is this the right move for Cody? Let's just talk about Cody. Let's just talk about it. Like, was this the right move for him? Because it was shocking that he, being a founding father of AEW, that he would be, moving on. The rumors are saying he's going to WWE. It's not confirmed yet. It's rumored that he has a Mania spot. It's not confirmed. It's all rumor and speculation. But what do you guys think on all of that? We'll start with you, Josh, and then we'll go Cliff, then Damien, then me.
There might be two ways I take this. I don't know which way I want to take it. I could be like, well, he proved him wrong, and now he's coming back. You know what I mean? But then I think, it could be seen as like, you basically helped build a Fed to basically stick it to them, but now you're going right back to them. So what's really going on here? So I don't know. I don't really care. It just depends on what they do with it. You know what I mean? If he goes to WWE, that's just how I feel about it. Whatever.
How do I feel about Cody going to WWE, reportedly going to WWE? I said this last week. You and I talked about this on the phone, and I will say this now. Cody is who he is, right? I say this because if you've noticed, everywhere Cody has been, he's always been in the middle of the pack, right? And we talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. We can talk about he was, Cody dashing, he was disfigured, whatever that other one was, Stardust, right? It was all mid-card acts. Then he left, and he started finding his footing. He started really getting around. Everybody was talking about him. He was at NWA. He won the title, right? At All In. But if you notice, when he was at Ring of Honor, where was he at? He was another dude in Bullet Club. And then he was another guy in the Elite. And then he was the guy who founded, we'll give him credit, right? He helped build AEW. But if you ever notice how we ever talk about him, it was never Cody was first, right? We'd always say Kenny, the Bucks, and Cody. Right? Yeah. It's just the way we rattled it off. And then Cody took himself out of the title picture, detriment to him, and probably not really much foresight. He took himself out of the top title picture for the longest time, right? He lost that match. He's like, I'll never challenge for the WWE or the AEW title. And then he just became what? A 3-time TNT mid-card champion, right? And it's like, dude, everywhere you've gone, you've put yourself in the mid-card, right? Now you're looking at someone, aside from the NWA world title, right? And I don't want to say that because the 10 pounds of gold, it is the 10 pounds of gold. But you put yourself in the middle of everything. And now you're reportedly going back to WWE. But the championship matches have already been set, right? Like, we know it's going to be Brock and Roman for the unification title. So where are you going to fit? The U.S. title? Is that where we're going? Probably not, because that's Finn, right, versus Damian Priest. And then the Intercontinental title is Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. So where does Cody fit? He's not in that championship round. He's not in that championship area. Like, it's so foreign to me, right? That you were upset because you lost rumor had it, you lost your booker position, and you really were just you found yourself expendable. And so you left to kind of get yourself back into the machine, get yourself hyped up, and then go out. And now I'm looking back at you like, but you put yourself back in a company that you literally went after, took shots at for a year, and where are you now? In the middle of the pack. I mean, sorry, but Cody is MID. Like, and you'll sit there and you'll be happy because you're like, I'm making money, but you lost out on your TV show, rumor has it, because TNT said that they're not going to pick him up if he goes to WWE. You're going to lose your spot. He did rumored. And then you're going to end up losing your spot and to go Big Show because WWE's not going to let you out. WWE's not going to be like, oh, yeah, go ahead and just do that show. They're not going to let you do that show. And then there's this rumor that Vince McMahon is possibly coming back into the ring. Gee, who could he possibly face? What kind of message would that send if Vincent Kennedy McMahon, beats Cody at WrestleMania?
I can see that happening. Oh my god, I can see that happening.
But over EVP of AEW. Imagine what that kind of shock would be.
I just saw that. I can see it happening. Oh god, hold on. I gotta mute myself.
But I mean, it's rumored. It is rumored that he's facing that Vince is facing Pat McAfee. So it's that's the rumor. It's Pat McAfee because Vince is going to be on the Pat McAfee show this week. So, but anyway, that's go ahead, Damien.
Damien's out here talking, and he's still on mute.
You're on mute, my friend.
It's a work. There we go. It's a work.
I hope it's a work. God, I hope it's a work.
He ain't going nowhere. This is so he can get back in the title picture and not look like an idiot, even though he's looking like an idiot, and they're drawing it out for no fucking reason. Why? After having a show and getting picked back up, him finding this company? No. I look. I knew it was bullshit when they said his contract was up, and he was a free agent. No. This is a fucking work. I'm trying to tell you. Planned Parenthood is pulling some bullshit so they can make him top champion. If he goes to WWE, I will sell my first child.
I'm just saying, WWE may have already said that it's all smoke and mirrors. So I mean, they
did put that out. Yeah,
it's some bullshit. No, it's a work. I've been saying this from day one.
So what do you think? So you think WWE is in on it?
Why would they want to help the competition?
Right.
No, I don't think it is. I just think it's just a bunch of rumor. Just a bunch of rumor.
So you so,
It,
but
it, it,
so you think it's so it is so he's not so you think he's still employed by AEW?
yeah, exactly. He still worked there.
I don't think he's. Let's
Because look,
just
if
play this
somebody's
out, right?
this mad, well, let me just say, if somebody's this mad, right, as speculating that how mad he is the reason why he left, why hasn't he been somewhere else already?
He's a
He has
stay-at-home
he
dad.
has no, there's no excuse. You're mad. You are mad at the company that you're supposedly started is getting on without you, and everybody's happy for you to supposedly left, and you're just gonna sit around on your duff and not do anything. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's a work. I bet you he's gonna be at Dynamite
Actually, laugh if
on
like
Wednesday
out there kind of
in the
promo.
back.
So
Man,
Cody comes out at Revolution then?
Probably. Probably.
All right. Well, listen, I will get Revolution's next week, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. All right. So cool.
Yeah.
We will be on. Oh, I won't be on. We won't. Well, we'll probably because. So anyway, this is what we'll do. If Cody comes back right at Revolution, I'll give you extra points on your what you call it. If I had the pencil for Revolution.
Bet.
You can totally do a live stream.
I'm a betting man on that one. It's not. I don't think it's work. But okay. Here's my 2 cents. Right. I'm excited for Cody. I think I'm probably the only one that's like low key stoked about Cody leaving AEW and the possibility of going to WWE. For this reason alone, Money in the Bank is rumored to be big. Like, what's stopping them from having Cody win the Money in the Bank to become world champion? Who said let's just say he does come back at WrestleMania, right? Who said he has to wrestle at WrestleMania? Why can't he, Money in the Bank is in June, right? Give him this time to get, the American Nightmare, because he owns that, over with the WWE crowd. They're going to cheer him anyway, because it's not like they don't know who Cody is. June, July-ish rolls around, the summer. Cody goes in the Money in the Bank, wins the Money in the Bank. Cody, waits to cash in whenever he does cash in. Boom. I just think it's the typical way they normally do things as far as the Money in the Bank. Like, they have them win the belt, the briefcase. They have these different feuds, up until they cash in. I think this is good for Cody. I don't think he's going back in the mid card. I think they know what they bring in. With Cody they know Cody's an asset. They know Cody has done a lot while being over there. So I see Cody winning the belt. I see him winning it by Money in the Bank though. I think that's the route they go. I don't see him getting a whole actual program of going to chase the belt. I don't see it happening. No. I see him winning the briefcase, cashing in, new champion. Boom. Shakalaka. There it is.
And then he drops the title to Vince McMahon.
He's not the one. Vince is not getting back in the ring. I don't. If he, I don't think the Pat McAfee.
Listen, all he has to do.
I don't think the Pat McAfee thing is happening.
Walking and rolling. I'm just telling you, Cody wins the title, and then Vince McMahon walks out there and rolls him up for a quick 1, 2, 3, and then the WWE title becomes the 24/7 title.
All right, Cliff. So it's time for the Red Dogs Power Rankings.
Let's just remember this dude tried to wrestle.
Power ranking. Let's time for the Red Dog Power Rankings. Down danger zone. Yeah, let's go.
We're talking about a man. We're talking about a man that tried to wrestle God with a spotlight.
You know what though? That was the most amazing match ever.
No, it was. I hate that so much. Oh my God. Oh,
That's how you know you're the greatest wrestler ever.
that was so stupid. So
The
stupid.
guard
All
in the
right, since
headlock.
now that we're at everybody's favorite segment, the Red Dogs Power Rankings. Let's get into last week's Power Rankings because, like we said, we didn't have a show, but we do have our Power Rankings. So we're gonna start off with Becky versus Lita at Elimination Chamber. So I like that. We're gonna get into the women's gauntlet match on Raw. If you guys don't remember this match, this was Rhea Ripley versus Nikki ASH. We had Rhea Ripley versus Liv. We had Rhea Ripley over Doudrop, and then we had Bianca Belair over Rhea Ripley. So I just want to touch back. I thought that whole sequence of matches were actually really, really good and really fun, and it showed a lot of character for Rhea, and also reason to turn heel if she does. I thought that was good. Let's move into number 8, which is going to be Jay White versus Eric Young at No Surrender. There's going to be a pattern in here you guys are going to see for last week. A lot of good matches came out of Impact's No Surrender. Just going to be honest. Moving into number 7, it was... What's that?
I said No Surrender was hot.
It was. So let's go with the Good Brothers over Gorillas of Destiny at No Surrender. We're going to move into Mickie James versus Tasha Steelz at No Surrender because also that was very good. So that's number 6. Let's get into number 5, Proud and Powerful versus the Inner Circle at Dynamite. So thought that was a lot of fun. It was a great match. We're going to move over to number 4, which was Honor No More versus Team Impact at No Surrender. Obviously, this is a pattern. Let's get to number 2. Number 3, which is going to be Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin at Dynamite. A lot of fun. Thought it was a great match. Keith is killing me because Keith says, Gauntlet, you say? I feel like we might have a topic of that coming soon. Number 2, Bryan Danielson versus Lee Moriarty. If you did not watch this match on Dynamite, you should have. And shame on you if you didn't. That's the number 2 match. So what's our number 1? Let's be real. The men's elimination match at Elimination Chamber. I really liked it because of what happened to Austin Theory. That's what we're doing. So let's get into our top 10 for this week. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. I'm going to go with Xia Li over Natty at SmackDown for number 10. I thought it was a strong showing for her, so I was excited for her. We're going to move into number 9, which is going to be actually you and I talked about this match, Chaz. Jade Cargill over the Bunny at Dynamite. That was a good match. I thought it was great. We're moving into number 8, which is going to be Sasha Banks over Shotzi at SmackDown. Let's be real. We're going to talk about number 7, which was the Death Triangle versus Kings of the Black Throne on Dynamite. I thought that was a lot of fun. I love that match a lot. We're going to go number 6, which is going to be Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens over the RK Bros on Raw. Yeah, so I actually wrote this out, and I'm actually just reading a paper that I have. We're going to go with number 5. So I'm giving this one a tie, right? And you'll understand why. So this is Bianca Belair and Doudrop on Raw, right? Who they're tied with, though, is Trish Adora and Big Swole from Fight Pro. We talked about this match. We talked about that match. If you guys haven't been able to go see it, please go check it out because it was definitely worth watching. We're going to go into number 4, which was Sammy Guevara versus Andrade Iralo on Rampage. I thought it was just a fire match. A lot of fun to watch. Number 3. It's been a while since we talked about this guy being on the top 10, but actually both guys. But give it up to Dolph Ziggler and Tommaso Ciampa on NXT 2.0. I was like, this is a lot of fun. We're going to go into number 2. This is probably my top match, women's match, because of who was involved. But Deonna Purrazzo and Lady Frost on Impact.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we're going to go with number...
I think I know what your number 1 match is. I think.
Yeah, let's be real. So our number 1 match is going to be Bryan Danielson versus Danny Garcia at Dynamite. Because good God, man. Those guys are just so good at what they do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like once you started naming, and we got to 3, and I was like, all right, it's either 2 or it's 1. But yeah, no, they whew, Daniel Garcia, man, he's going to shine. Like he's going to shine in the future, and it's him and Brian Danielson definitely tore it down. So yeah, I don't have a problem with your power rankings. So you get a pass, Cliff, this week.
I will say though, Trish Adora and Big Swole were number 1 all the way to about Dynamite, like NXT 2.0. Like right when that Tommaso Ciampa match happened, I was like, oh, this was so good too. It's like hard for me not to.
No, no, you're right. No, that match was really good. Trish Adora and Big Swole. We can't put that match over enough. Go watch it. Find it somehow. I don't know if it's like the full match is somewhere on the internet. Someone has it somewhere, but go watch that match. Definitely.
Yeah, I heard good things about it.
Man, Damien, I lie to you not, bro. We can talk about it, when we get off there in more detail. But it was really good. It was really good.
So we got to give a lot of love. Actually, I want to talk about one of the most underrated moments. We really have talked about all like the matches up and down the card. If you guys do not get to hear what Jacob preached at Fight Club,
yes.
Oh my God.
Black Chakra.
Oh my God.
Yeah, definitely check out Black Chakra.
Oh my God. Yo, it's so fierce.
I mean, anytime he opens his mouth, though, it's
what you call it?
Yeah.
He Jacobs, his poems be on point, man. Always.
Yeah, they do.
Definitely. So shout out to Black Chakra. Go check him out. Shout out to him. He bought me a beer after my match because he was so proud of me. He did. Yeah. So yeah. It was funny we were talking about it. I told him I was like, I've known you since like my sophomore year in high school. He's like, what? I'm like, shut up! Don't say that again.
Oh darn it! You're right. Darn, that makes me feel old.
Right? Exactly. Exactly. So, but it was cool, seeing him there and kind of chatting with him. But yeah, shout out to Fight Club Pro Wrestling out here in DC. Man, they're definitely killing the game in this area. So definitely go check them out. With that being said, you have reached the end of the show. If you have made it this far as our podcast listeners, you have just won the achievement for my Xbox users. But for my PlayStation users, the fam, you just got a trophy. You made it through the end of this show because I always say it is a struggle dealing with us. So if you have not already done so, make sure you go follow us on Twitter at 3count_pod. Go follow us at Instagram right there. Yeah, 3countpod, all one word, no caps, no space. And same thing on our TikTok right there above my homeboy Cliff, 3countpod. Follow us on TikTok. Also, like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, 3Count Podcast. Okay, definitely subscribe so you can catch all of our video formats and all of our interviews. If you did not know, Now Into the Ring is still going on. So definitely make sure you go check out Now Into the Ring. All right. But you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel and our podcast. So we're on every podcast, okay? Whether it's Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, we're there. Make sure you subscribe. And on Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star frog splash review. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your grandma that used to watch wrestling back in the day that, hey, there's 4 crazy guys that talk about that shit that you used to watch. So definitely tell all your friends about the 3Count Podcast, your favorite wrestling debate podcast, and the only podcast where we actually talk about wrestling. So with that being said, I'm your host, your boy, your cousin, your nephew, the Don Chaz Evans, one half of Pure Ignorance, here with my, I gotta get used to this, here with my best friend, the man that runs this show because I don't do anything but talk, the Red Dog of Red Dogs, the Red Dog Cliff Miller. Below me, the Damien, the Dark Lord himself. And then right there in that corner right there, that corner, the drip master himself, the college boy, JJ. This is the 3 Count Podcast Debate Show. Be there next week or be, just be here, okay? I know we were late today, but be here 5 o'clock next week, okay?
Yeah, you better.
I might not be here because I got a booking. No,